Hey, good morning, guys. I hope everybody's doing great this the Monday morning, guys. If you have not already, if you weren't there last night for the COVID recovery workshop, you missed it.
Mm.
You absolutely missed it. It was only $19, and I gave them a ton of ways to be making money. Now that you're sitting at home, uh, waiting on going back to work, everybody should be generating revenue. Everybody should be doing something extra. Let me say that. So if you missed it, make sure you grab the replay. You got about 5 hours to grab it before my team sends it out. bit.ly/, COVID cash info. And then it'll be available on my site. So with that being said, guys, I wanted to know, I want to do, since the movie theaters are closed, I want to do my own business version of the movie theater where we take one of my best-selling master classes and replay it over the weekend. So I want you to choose between the Dream Team Masterclass, which shows you how to create a team, low cost, free, paid. Who do you hire first? How do you get people on your team? Or
Bruh.
or do a write your ebook weekend, because a lot of you have knowledge in your head that you could be transferring into books and ebooks and lead magnets to again be generating money, building your list, and all of that. So I want to get you guys to win. I mean, what y'all, Jamie,
Both.
Berlin? I
All
want
of
to do both.
That's what I was gonna
all
say.
of
Both.
you
Why
have to
not?
do both
Both.
on the
Both.
same day, but you can every weekend do a watch
Right.
party, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Do
what
one.
if I did? What if I did a double feature this weekend and like one day did one in the morning and one at night, and the next day do another one in the morning and another one at night.
I
It is, I don't know,
like that. I like that, Coach.
because
Yeah.
that way people don't have to wait.
Well, that's a theater.
Yeah. I like that one.
That's what theaters do.
Right. If you miss the morning, you can catch it the next day. Right.
Okay.
Are you doing replays with that?
Well, I think I'll probably put them in a group.
Mm,
And so once they register to go in the group, do the watch party in the group.
yeah.
And if they want to replay at any time, they can go get the replay in any
Okay.
time.
Yeah. That's great.
So let me see what the people say. Uh,
What do people say? Good morning, Cynthia.
Good morning, Lamorla.
Yes.
Good morning, Heather Locklear. So, guys, what do you think this weekend? That's what Paul called her. So, what do you guys think? Should we do a write your book weekend, a build your team weekend, or both?
Both. Oh, you asking the people, my bad.
Well, you're part of the people,
I'm a publisher, so I'm always gonna go with write the book.
right?
Always.
Absolutely. But
Always.
these solo CEOs out here, I'm just saying.
Y'all need some digital products. That book is the way to go. That Dream Masterclass, though, that was for me. When I first joined you, that was the very first class. I was like, yep, this is exactly what I need.
You
That's
have
how
to
we
have a
start building
team.
my team.
Look at Miss Berlin sitting up there looking like money.
That's what you taught us.
Baby, you look like you done found the old fountain of youth over there somewhere, Miss Berlin.
Right.
So you guys comment in the chat.
Thank you.
I haven't seen any comments yet, but I always want to ask you guys what it is that you want, what it is that you need before I run out there. So dream team or write your book.
Well, Facebook is lit this morning, y'all. Let me go over here. YouTube. Hey, guys. Hey, y'all out there in YouTube land. Let me speak to y'all too. Hey, Periscope.
Hey, Periscope. So guys, if you missed it this weekend we talked about not sitting around and waiting on your money to come to you, actually going out there and creating your own revenue. And if you're not in that position where that's something you thought about before, and if you're not already doing it, then that's something that you need to get over yourself, get over your emotions, get over your feelings, and make sure that you're not caught on the downward end of a draft when you could have been out there generating revenue. You could have been out there saving yourself. Hey, good morning, Janelle. And especially right now, man, every day this COVID thing got a new twist on it, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I know is that regardless as to who you are, somebody somewhere needs to hear from you, whether it's an encouraging word. You know, to me, books are those things too that are EEI. It's either entertainment, education, or inspiration. And everybody has something out of all three of those categories that they should be writing. What
Yeah.
can you educate people about? What can you inspire people with? And what can you entertain people with? And that's what gets people, that's what gets your book sold. People always say, well, you know, I want to write my story. Yeah, well, unless you're Kim Kardashian or Kanye or somebody, everybody's not going to be just flocking to hear your story. But if you say, I have this experience and I don't want other people to have to go through this to learn it, so I want to educate them, or I have this experience and I want people going through that thing to know it's going to be okay, so let me inspire them. Or you say, you know, I have this experience and let me just go ahead and entertain people because it was low-key funny.
Yeah.
Then that's when you know that you are in the right spot. So I'm trying to see. I ain't seen nobody comment yet, y'all. But you know my phone is wonky.
I'm over here on Periscope.
And so I'm trying to think of what double feature we're gonna have this weekend. Either grow your team, because that's another thing I'm seeing is that a lot of entrepreneurs are being left behind because you're a solo CEO. And I try to equate it with money in that every person on your team is gonna add an extra $10,000 to $40,000 with your end of year revenue. So when you don't have anybody on your team, it flattens how much money you're able to generate. Period. When you add an assistant, that's more money you have the ability to make. Why? Because they're doing the ancillary things while you're building your business. Good morning, Sonia Michelle. When you have operations manager, that's even more money you're able to make because they're doing the big ancillary things while you're focused on the money. So if you're an entrepreneur, you gotta focus on the revenue. You cannot try to be mailing stuff and licking stamps and envelopes and you just making copies and faxes.
Right.
And you're gonna get to a point where you ain't gonna be able to go get your own coffee. Because even going to get your own coffee costs you money. And it's not that, I tell people all the time, it's not about feeling like I'm better than anybody else. I'm just busy.
Busy doing what CEO's supposed to be doing.
Right, which is managing staff and teams and projects, right? CEOs should not be out there down in the muckety muck, like Brilliant say. Don't be down in the muckety muck. You need to be way up high. If you think about a general, what good is a general out on the front lines when he's supposed to be back calling strategy?
Yeah.
And if you're not, and we even talked about that yesterday, focus it on hiring your weak points. I asked them last night, what do you think you should be doing? Because right now, everybody got to have a little piece of technology in some shape, form, or fashion. You can't operate without technology. So what should you be doing? Should you be learning technology or hiring technology? Somebody said, learn. I said, best of luck. Baby, I'm 49 and over here fighting this MacBook. Cause I'm like, I don't want to leave windows. I don't want to. I don't want to learn. My mind just ain't equipped for it nowadays. You understand what I'm saying? So how many years is it gonna take you to hire the very same technology that you can get offshore for pennies on the dollar?
Right.
Mhm. But they don't know that until they take that Dream Masterclass. That was my favorite one.
You know what? And that class is, if you got anxiety in your business, then you need to hire some help. You can't scale without help. You need to hire some help. And I used to wonder, why do CEOs make so much money? They're just sitting up there around the desk. Why are they making millions of dollars? Because they're calling the moves. They got a team. That's why you need a
And not only that, is that tells you the difference between dumping the trash and running the trash company. I remember when I was nominated for the National Association of Women Business Owners, Woman Business Owner of the Year, there was a lady there who was the largest she owned the largest female garbage truck company in the United States, and she was a multi-millionaire.
Wow.
There's money in trash, but you can't be on the back of the truck.
Right.
And so that's what made me start to thinking how much more strategy is worth than manual labor. And so many entrepreneurs are out there trying to, the first mistake entrepreneurs make is saying, I can't afford to hire.
Yep. I was just about to say that.
I can't afford to hire a publisher. So you publish a book and the pages be upside down, be more spelling errors in there than a spelling bee.
Book covers like trash.
Book, no, or like happened before, you go out there and hire this bum, a book cover designer, and when your book launches, kind of find out 4 or 5 people got the same cover. And that happens a lot in African American lit. That happens a lot. You got one called Baby Boy, and she got one called The Man of My Life, and y'all got the same damn cover. And that's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for your brand.
Oh man.
It's embarrassing for you as an individual, but it's a outcome. Everything you do has repercussions, and that's a repercussion of being cheap.
Yeah.
Because publishing a book is something you can write off on your taxes, why wouldn't you hire a professional publisher? Because hiring a coach is something you write off on your taxes, why wouldn't you hire a coach? Why wouldn't you go out there and get the things that are going to help you move to the next level that are tax deductible so that you don't have to be struggling and you're not spending any money? So women are always like, well, how do I know that this and that, this? I'm like, ugh, it's tax deductible, sus. You write it off on your taxes. So I think that sometimes fear and overthinking. And by the time you sit up there and then thought about it 50, 11 times, you could have done it 45 times. What do you think, Chiquita, Verlin?
That's true. I'm guilty of overthinking. Ooh, I can just roll that boat right on over. I am guilty of that. But you get better with it.
So why? So tell me what is the thought process?
I don't know. It's not that, is it good enough? It's like, I can make it better here. Well, let me tweak it down here. But I dotted the I up here in this paragraph, but down here, I only crossed the T. It just, yeah.
But Steve, well, while you worried about perfection, I'm over here making a profit.
You're making a profit, yeah.
Because the person that you launch it to, and they need it when they really need what you have. Chiquita, people are real life out here with no money to retire. Berlin, people are real life out here just struggling to execute beyond their fear. Jamie, people are real life out here publishing books that don't make any sense at all. When people really, really need what you have, they don't see that I is not dotted.
Yeah.
Just like the webinar I did last night, you said I killed it.
It is.
I said, it was all right.
I think you killed it too, Coach.
I think you kill every time you
That
come.
was
Good.
63 slides.
Oh, how many? 63.
3.
She
It was
talking about,
captivating.
what's called
She
I
tore it
can't-
up.
COVID recovery.
Yeah, over 100 ways. I think you killed it too. It's just that you're an overachiever because you give more than people.
But see,
expect.
well, let's take that back.
Yeah.
I could have still been over here saying, well, it was 100 ways. Maybe I can find 5 more.
Yeah.
Let me do 105. Let me do 110. Let me do this. Let me do that. So for the onlooker, they couldn't tell that I thought it needed more. And that's another Jedi mind trick. If you want to be super successful, and guys, if you haven't already shared the broadcast, make sure you share the broadcast. You got to set some dates. And on that date, whether you're ready or not, you got to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you know what, Coach? I think to get over the perfection thing, because we women always want things perfect, is you have to do it. You have to do it. If you start throwing it out there, then you'll realize that it doesn't have to be perfect. And you can perfect it as you go, as you've made a lot of money. It comes from the
And
experience.
the truth is, it'll never be perfect. I remember my first book and my first workbook. And after I finished, I thought about, you know what? I'm going to go back and redo the cover. So I went back and redid the cover. You know what? I'm going to go back and redo the cover again. So I went back and fooled with redoing the cover, and it never ended up right. You know what? I'm going to go back and redo that. And then finally, it was like something hit me that by the time I'm going back, trying to redo this book, it launched the way it did for a reason. So instead of me doing my time trying to improve this, let me go write some new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how my book writing just got out of control. Because it was like, by the time I go back and try to figure out A, B, and C, I could have just wrote something else. So we definitely, especially as women, need to stop getting caught up on perfection. I'm not saying, good morning, LaShonda. I'm not saying that quality doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is some of your profits are getting lost in your pursuit of perfection. And I want to tell people, God always sends you the umbrella before it starts raining. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
And we're so busy trying to get all of the spokes lined up just right on the umbrella. We're so busy trying to get the coloring just right on the umbrella. We worried about, does the umbrella match our outfits? Meanwhile, you get caught in the rain because the umbrella that God sent you to use in advance wasn't ready yet. It wasn't good enough yet. But if you think about what an umbrella does, it was good enough to keep the rain off your head. Amen.
Right.
So we've got to stop questioning
Yeah.
the quality of everything around us and understand sometimes, as ugly as it is, it still keeps you from getting.
It still does the job.
As ugly as it is, it still keeps you from getting wet. And there's really not, but there's nobody among us that's perfect.
Mm-mm.
And the closest one that was died on the cross. And after that, everything is imperfect. So if you're in the pursuit of perfection in order to launch, you're missing the point.
And the money.
And the profit.
Mm-hmm.
And the profit. So if you don't go, and then it's another thing too, we've got to realize that it is the mistakes that teach you. You don't learn when you launch a sold out course. You don't learn when you lost a sold out webinar. I learned back when I was out there and wouldn't but 2 people buy it and nobody would show up live. And so I would have to use one of Hope and Faith's phone just to open the line to record it.
Wow.
So that the two people that did buy it could get a copy of recording. I didn't start at $1 million.
Wow.
I didn't start at 10 million. I started at 1. Where's my first dollar gonna come from? Then my first $10. Oh wow, I made 100 this week. Oh man, this week I made 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I touched it, the smarter I got about it. Okay, if I did this and made 15, I can do this and make 1,500. Now, the truth of the matter is, I've been making money for a long time doing this because I refused to do it any other way. Dustin Cheryl said, we held our first course on how to buy shortage medical supplies for COVID-19. How much did you charge, sis? That's another thing. Last night in my webinar, I gave out over 100 ways for you to be able to make money. Some of them online, the mass majority of them online, some of them not. And one of the ways I gave was to host a support group, for a paid support group for domestic violence survivors.
Oh, goodness. Those numbers.
Let's talk about mindset. Somebody said, you gonna charge?
Indeed. Therapist charge.
You're gonna charge? You need to put me on that, sister that said, you're gonna charge domestic violence survivors. And I said, yes. But let's talk about what your interpretation, what your vision of a domestic violence survivor is.
Right.
Is your vision of a domestic violence survivor someone who is indigent, homeless, doesn't have money? Because I had a boss that made almost $700,000 a year who was a domestic violence. I'm not talking about a long time ago before she made money. I'm talking about while she was making $600,000+ a year, she was going home and fighting. Y'all need to stop thinking
they ain't broke.
That it's just the indigent who are impacted by domestic violence. You need to stop thinking that there's only indigent single parents. I'm gonna create a class for single mothers. I'm gonna do it free. Just because you struggle as a single mother, I made 6 figures and was a single mother and could find the money for anything that I wanted. You gotta stop generalizing and stereotyping your target.
Based on you.
Based on your own brokenness.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't hear me. Somebody didn't want to hear me.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, just because you identify a particular group as broke or unable to afford, so now you out there creating nonprofits for groups that don't even need your help, turning down money.
Yeah.
And there's different types of domestic violence abuse. There's mental, there's psychological, there's physical, and financial.
Yeah.
So don't think that at the end of the day, that woman that makes $1 million a year ain't going through the same things mentally,
emotionally,
from a confidence perspective,
mm-hmm.
from a self-esteem perspective, as the woman that ain't got a dollar. We've got to stop trying to give away what we were given. He gave it to you for a reason. That's good for you, sis. Said I sell information and I connect buyers with sellers. I hold no inventory because I sure finna ask you to send me some Lysol, sis. Hey, can you run your sister 2 cans of Lysol over here, please? But at the end of the day, we've got to know how much what we do is worth. Guys, this is going to be certification week here at the Build Your Online Business Morning Show, where we're going to be showing you how to take your passion, your advice, your intellect, your experiences, and turn them into revenue by getting certified. Stop running around serving your friends and your neighbors and all of these other people and not generating money for your advice. And they may never pay you, but it's a whole world of people out there that will. So make sure you're turning in to the BYOB show this week and scheduling a call with us. That's another thing. I'm going to be on the phone 100 times this week, talking to people about different business opportunities, different opportunities to partner with me, different opportunities to work with me. And you're some of y'all that are connecting me on Facebook, you're going to be getting messages from me, about how can we partner together. I tell you, in this day and age, you either collaborate with me, hire me as your coach, or I hire you for one of your products and services, or we network and do business in some kind of way. This ain't high school. I'm not running for homecoming queen. I don't need no more damn friends.
Friend application closed.
I'm like Drake, no new friends,
No new friends.
no new friends, no new friends, no. I'm still down with my day one people, and you hear me saying, no new friends. This is about business, and this is the season for us to come together and get this bread. And the ones that do, I will welcome them with open arms. And the ones that don't, we still cool, and that's on you. So guys, be on the lookout. We're going to be doing a double feature weekend, I think, where you can either come to my Write Your Own ebook watch party, or come to my Build Your Own Dream Team Masterclass, or come to both, streaming live multiple times this weekend with an opportunity to do a Q&A at the end. So guys, if you're interested, stay tuned. And we'll go from there. Y'all got anything else this morning?
Stay safe out there, guys.
That was good information.
All right, guys. Love you. Have an amazing day.